Hey, welcome back to From the Tech Desk by your RC Experts Horizon Hobby. I'm your host, Brad Bricker. In today's video, we'll show you how to install a light bar on your SCX6. Before we get started, we need a few items. You'll need a body reamer, 1.5, a 2.0, magic marker, and some scotch tape. Now let's get started. Now it's time to assemble the light bar. We'll actually be using two of the 4-inch Proline light bar sets. Due to the size of the SCX6 itself, we need to double it up to make up the space. One cool feature with the actual light bar itself, it does come with different mounting hardware and brackets to choose from. So you have different options how to actually mount it to your body. So let's get started. Another thing we want to look at is when we're actually mounting them together, we want the wires on the outside of the actual mounts themselves. So it makes it a lot easier to hide the wires. Now let's get them all together. Once you have the light bar all assembled, now it's time to actually install it on the vehicle. You'll want to make sure you have a magic marker to mark your holes before you drill, or use a body reamer to actually drill out the holes. Let's get doing that. Now it's time to mount the light bar to the vehicle itself. You'll want to actually get it in place first before you do anything, so kind of get an idea where you would like to mount it. Probably want to get it centered as well, best as possible. Looks good there for us. And also you want to decide how far you want it forward or backwards. We're going to actually put ours a little far forward here. Let's see. It looks pretty good right about there. Let's go and mark our holes. There you have it. Once you have your holes marked, your next step is either to drill out the holes or use a body reamer actually to drill the holes. So let's get doing that. Now we're going to use a body reamer, and we're actually going to ream out the holes that we marked earlier. We're also going to use one of the holes on the outside here to actually hide the wires to go through as well. So we'll make this a little bit larger than normal, just a little bit, just like I said, enough for the wire to go through to hide them. So go get those done. Once you're done reaming out the holes for the mounts, now it's time to actually get the light bar ready. So what we're also going to do is, again, I drilled the front holes a little bit larger, because what we're going to do is run the wire itself through the mount, through the body, so we can hide it a little easier. You're also going to need to take off the end of the plug itself. So you'll take an X-Acto knife and just lightly bend up the tabs of the connectors themselves to allow the plug to come off. So once you have that off, you actually feed the wire themselves through the front hole, just like you see there. Once you get your wires ran, so again, it goes through that little front mounting hole there. Go ahead and run the wire through the body itself as well. Once you have the wires ran, now it's going to mount the actual light bar down with the hardware. Once you have the light bar installed, now you go and make sure it's square. The wires are ran through okay. As you can see, it hides it nicely. So I'm going to flip the body over. Let's go and put your plugs back on. Again, make sure when you're installing the plugs that you plug it in correctly. The negative wire is on the outside. And the positive wire is in the middle. So make sure you have that correct when plugging it in. All right, there's the second one. Next, what we're going to try to do is hide the wire as best as possible. We're going down the pillar on the side here. We'll use the Scotch tape to actually tape the wire to the body. So what's nice about Scotch tape, it's clear so you can't see it, but you can use other type of tapes if you like. There we go. Once you have everything taped down as much as you like, next thing we want to do is get a Y harness and also an extension so we actually can reach the receiver. So to get these open and installed. So we got these open. Also make sure you have the right polarity when plugging them in. So again, make sure positive, positive, negative, negative. There's one side. There's the other side. You can almost get by with just having the harness itself, the Y harness, but having the actual extension on top of that, it does help for a little more movement and a little more flexibility. So let's go ahead and add that as well. There we go. Now it's time to go and install the wire actually into the receiver box. So let's get that and get that done. Now it's time to get it in the receiver box. It's going to be 3 2mm screws, 2 in the back, 1 in the front. Going to remove those. Once you have the receiver box open, you're going to take another Y harness and actually install that. You'll unplug one of the light sets that's previously set up from the factory. You'll Y harness off that. So get this open. You go ahead and remove the wire from the receiver. You'll install the actual Y harness itself in its place. Go and pull that wire out of the receiver box. Once you get it out, you go and run your Y harness outside of the receiver box now as well. Once you have those wires out of the receiver box, now you go and button everything back up and get ready for the final installation. Once you have the receiver box all buttoned up, now it's time to plug the lights back in. You'll plug them into the Y harness and also make sure you do the right polarity as well. Once you get those plugged in, now it's time to plug in the light bar lights. Again, that's where it's nice to have the extra extension here, just to have a little more flexibility with the wire. Once you have those plugged in, we'll go ahead and install a battery so we can check out the lights. We'll plug the battery in. Once you have everything plugged in, now it's time to check everything out. Go and turn it on. There you go. That's how quick and easy it is to install a light bar on your SCX6 platform. Thanks again for watching and stay tuned for more tips, tricks, and helpful videos from RC Experts Rise Hobby.